All right, we are back for another reaction, and today we are continuing Jujutsu Kaisen. It has been a few days since we saw it. We have just been on this crazy ReZero binge. Um, 3 episodes counts as a binge, right? I mean, I just been like, oh man, I really wanted to get a handle on what exactly was happening on ReZero before, like I went back to the other series. But we left off on a good spot there, I feel. So what happened last time on Jujutsu Kaisen? We got introduced to Nobara, who is a female character who. So I drew some parallels to her and Ochako from My Hero Academia. Not so much because their personality is exactly the same, but more so like their existence relative to like everyone else. Like for example, so when Ochako was first introduced, if I remember correctly, because it has been like a while, um, she was kind of just like the weaker one, right? She was just not so much like a damsel in distress, kind of, but like more so just incapable of doing things, like out of her league, all that kind of stuff. And right off the bat, that's kind of what happened with Nobara, where she flexed that she came from like a small village and she was like the top dog there, but things are different in the city. And the first thing that happened to her was that she was overwhelmed. She was defeated. She was outmatched, and Yuji with his main character plot armor just easily handled everything. um no effort at all from him, and that's kind of where what I was saying, where it's like, just like the Deku and Ochako dynamic, as well as kind of like their motives. So Nobara told us, or I mean, she told Yuji that her motivation for going to the jujutsu school was to make money because they make good money killing these things, right? Hunting them, all that kind of stuff. And that is a direct parallel to Ochako, who wanted to become a hero because she wanted money, she wanted to help her parents, all that kind of stuff. And that's totally cool. I have no problem with that at all, at all. But I was just simply like drawing the parallels of that. And another thing is like I don't really think that that is her actual true motive. We got like a kind of just like thrown in backstory of a character that Nobara knew, and she was chastised by her village, her city, and Nobara kind of feels some kind of way about that, right? So I mean, she's yeah, the money might be one aspect of why she's doing the jujutsu thing, but it's definitely not the main aspect, which is the vibe I'm getting. Um, she probably like wants to make some kind of change so people don't treat I don't know. Maybe she wants to like look for her friend or avenge her friend, something like that. But I don't think it's 100% for the money. I think that's just something she told Yuji to keep up a front because she has like this sort of bravado about her. You know, um, not quite. It's a weird blend of tsundere uh, and hmm, hard to say. But yeah, I mean, she's definitely a super interesting character. She's definitely the not like the life of the party. She's more so, I guess I want to say she's the power to. I know I'm just like throwing out like random names now, but um, in Chainsaw Man, there's the power and Denji aspect where they're both kind of like wild cards, and then in this one, I'm kind of getting the same vibe between Yuji and Nobara, where they're just kind of like wild cards. We saw last episode, even though they kind of hated each other, they literally agreed with pretty much everything. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into another episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's go. All right, so this is episode 4, Cursed
我
Wound.
々の窓が事態
Um,
を確認したのが
so
3時間ほど前、
because I
避
did
難
catch a
誘導
glance
9
of
割の時点
last
で
episode's title, I had
現場の
so
判
many
断により施
questions
設を閉鎖。
about Nobara's power
半径
because she
500メ
seems
ー
to
ト
have
ル
like
内の住
this
民
like
の避難が完了
voodoo
していま
sort
す。
of magic where she's able to kind of just like She destroyed the
窓
last
という
episode's
のは
demon
呪いを死に
by
できる
stabbing a
当選
voodoo
関
doll,
係者
and
の
then
ことです
the demon just
術師で
exploded.
はな
So
い
I
ですか
wanted to. I like,
お
what
ー
is the
なるほ
range
ど
on that?
続け
What
ますか
is like
受刑残院
the
者退
limit
院宿
on
舎
that? As
5
far as
名の
like,
残院者が
does a
現
demon
在
have
も
to be
そこに
super
受
weak for
体
that
と
to
ともに
work,
取り残
or
されており
does she have
受
to be
体が変態を
stronger
遂げ
than
る
the
タイプ
demon
の
for
場
that to
合
work, or something
特
like
級に
that?
相当する呪霊になると予想
Does
さ
she
れ
need to
ま
make a
す
new doll for all of them, or
なあ
man?
な
There's like a lot of
俺特急
questions.
とかまだいまいち分かってねえんだ。
弾銃でギリ一級戦車でも心細いそして
Ho
特急
ho.
まあクラスター弾での絨毯爆撃でトントンでしょうかね
やっべえじゃん。
本来呪霊と同等級の術師が任務に当たるんだ。
I mean, they're pretty calm about essentially a kaiju roaming
その
about.
五条先生は
出張中
Like, hey newbies, there's this
そ
special
も
grade
そも
demon.
高専でプラプラしてていい人材じゃない。
私は大丈夫なんでしょうか
Actually, immediately crying. Come on.
お引き取りください
Dude.
何者かによって施設内に毒物
Like,
が
I
ま
know
かれ
he's
た可
very
能性がありま
empathetic.
す
I know Yuuji like cares a lot about the people around him, but to immediately cry, like frame one tears.
どうしてこんなことに
シグロ、食い先助けるぞ。
当然
よりにしてっからな。
行くぞ。
Oh my dog of hell.
待て。
お、
何これ
どうなってるんだ。2階建ての寮の中だよな、ここ。
Oh,
メゾネットよ
it's kind of like in Madoka where it
重力に
warps
よる消徳領域の展開。こんな大
the
きなもの
area.
は初めて見た。扉は
They're in some kind of field.
ドアが
Yeah.
なくなってる。
なんで私たち今ここから入ってきたわよね
どうしよう、それどうしよう。
大丈夫だ。こいつ
Yeah,
が
see,
出
they're
入り口の領域を
definitely
覚えてる。
definitely Denji and Power over here.
グッボーイジャーキーよありったけのジャーキーを持ってきて
緊張感。
やっぱ頼りになるな、伏黒は。お前のおかげで人が助かるし、俺も助けられる。
What the heck? Is that a corpse or what is that? Ah, I knew it. Oh, I wonder if that's
三人でいいん
the guy that the woman was asking about. Tadashi. Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
私は
Ah.
息子の正は大丈夫なんでしょうか
この遺体
He does
持って帰る。
She looks kind of young, and this guy looks pretty old. I'm surprised that it's her son.
遺体もなしで死にましたじゃ。後で戻る余裕はねえだろ。
後にしろじゃねえ。置いてけって言って
That's
んだ。
true.
ただ
You
で
don't
さえ
know if you're gonna be able to
助ける
turn
気のない
back
人間
around or not.
死体になってまで
This thing could be like
俺にはない
constantly changing.
助ける気がない人間だと。どういう意味だ。
ここは少年院だぞ。呪術師には現場のあらゆ
But
る
then there's
情報
also
が
the
事前
chance
に
of
開
like
示される。
the field dissolving after you kill
そいつは
the
無免許
special
運
grade
転で
demon.
下校中の女児を跳ねてる。虎杖逃げるぞ。釘先を探すのはそれから。
Well, looks like he found you instead.
急だ。動けねえ。動け。動け。動け。
Wait, are they paralyzed with fear, or he's actually holding them down?
助けろ。
Help others. Oh, they're paralyzed with fear. Okay. Goddamn! Not again!
断る。お前の中の俺が終わろうと切り分けた魂はまだ18もある。
Hey,
と
true.
はいえ腹立たしい。
That guy's having a blast.
シグロ
Shiguru.
釘先連れてここから逃げろ。二人がここを出るまで俺がこいつを食い止める。出たら何でもいいから合図してくれ。
He seems to be keeping himself busy, honestly.
俺はすぐに変わる。
できるわけねえだろ。特急相手に片腕で。
よく見ろって。楽しんでる。
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. This guy, or this thing, seems off its rocker.
伏黒
残りはこれ一本もっといっぱい持ってくればよかった
Yeah, I mean, I would think if you knew your assignment was to hunt the strongest of the strongest demons, you would come properly
フン
arsenaled.
ドスイッチで動きやすくなりましたってかしかしどうする
Yeesh. I'm surprised he's alive. Unless he intentionally held back. Bro, this animation quality is crazy. Oh.
痛い痛い痛い
Is he gonna be able to grow with his back?
なんで俺があの時
He's losing a lot of
指なんか
limbs.
拾わなければ食わな お前顔
Yeah,
覚えたから
this is what I was kind of hoping to see. I mentioned it like 2 episodes ago when we first got introduced to this world. Like, I'm curious to see how Yuuji reacts to.
脱出するぞ釘崎
カエル
He controls
苦手なんす
frogs.
けど
悪かったな
Now that reminds me of Ragnarok from Soul Eater.
俺は強いと思ってた死に時を選べるくらいには強いと思ってたんだでも違った俺は弱い
Yeah, he's not taking it well at all.
弱すぎる
Which, I mean, when it's a life and death situation, understandably so.
やだやだよでも恐怖も後悔も全て出し切れ拳に乗せろ
Right. Level up time. I wonder if that's gonna be like the constant theme throughout this series. Him just recalling his grandfather's words for a proper death. Which, I mean, the concept is very, very subjective. You know, it depends on each person what they consider a proper death to be, and it could, even that person's definition could constantly change. You know.
小僧を後悔させられるかをな。あちらを追ったところで直前に
Wait,
小
hold
僧に
on.
変わるのが
He's so much more powerful than
と
this
なると奴らが
S
一番
tier
困るの
or
は
special grade demon
これだ
that
ろう
the special
な。
grade demon just kind of like becomes docile around him. But yet he couldn't handle he couldn't handle I forgot the guy with the white hair, his name. Like at all.
ジュレは生まれた場にとどまるものだしな。よいよい。それな
Was
ら
his hair always like that or did he
ここで
pop it back?
死ねおいどうしたもう終わりではないだろうなそうだほら頑張れ頑張れ
Oh, oh dang. This dude's giving him a curb stomp.
ジュレといえど腕は惜しいか
All right. I mean, because like when we were first introduced to the fingers, they said he was like some kind of crazy powerful demon. And then when we saw a glimpse of it, he got like shut down immediately. So I was just like, is he really that powerful? Yuuji controlled him right away, and then the other white-haired guy handled him right away.
私も釘崎さんを
So yeah, it's cool to see that he actually has
いや
the
何たるかをまるで分かっていないな。いい機
yeah. I
会
mean,
だ
Yuuji
教え
very
てやる
clearly said he has no idea what curses are. So not really any kind of revelation
領
here.
域展開
Domain expansion. What is that? Oh, he created his own domain? Yo! Oh!
3枚に下ろしたつもりだったんだが、やはり弱いな、お前。
And this thing couldn't stand being in it for even like a second?
これはもらっていくぞ。
Well, damn, dude. It's like, welcome to my house. Dead instantly. What the hell?
不愉快だ。変わるのならさっさと変われ。どうした、小僧。
Yeah. All right, so that was Jujutsu Kaisen, A Cursed Womb Must Die. And okay, we did actually learn quite a bit about okay, so we learned sort of the power scaling of the demons, um, starting with like the alphabeticals and then the numbers and ending with just the the blank the blanket term special grade, um, which is the top of the top, right? Apparently, if you haven't, according to them, an artillery of like a carpet bombers, you might stand a chance, but yeah, I don't think so because they seem to be able to regenerate super easily. So I mean, that's probably just like um superfluity, you know. But let's see. I guess there's no real reason to delve into the special grade demon that we saw because he was killed in this exact same episode that he was introduced in, and we saw that he actually had one of the fingers um inside of him. So I'm wondering if all of the fingers, if this season is going to consist of every episode or every 2 episodes, we get a finger back. We kill like a high grade demon or something, and then we get the finger back. And by the end of the season, um, they're going to have like a lot of it, and something's going to happen. A little disappointed that once again Nobara was defeated. Uh, this is exactly why I compared her to a Chaco. It's just kind of like a shonen thing. I guess the female character, kind of only by word of mouth is strong, but in action, on the field, they always lose, and it is a little disappointing that so much attention was given to her last episode and this episode, and she just kind of like wiped away. She was just kind of like a pretty face there. Showed up, got clapped, got sent away, rescued by the guys, and it is what it is. I'm not so much disappointed that she had to be rescued, more so that she had no purpose in this episode, and that was a lot of time devoted to something unnecessary instead of focusing on Yuji, his fears, his insecurities, and the demons, right? I would have been like way more interested in all of that. But it is what it is. He got a little bit of power up. He seems to have a little bit of a handle on the curse energy. Not really. I mean, apparently, w- Sadok, Sodaka, right? Oh, I always forget his name. But he told us that Yuji really has no clue at all, which is what Yuji told us to begin with, right? Like he doesn't know anything about curse energies. But I guess even by that little that he was able to muster, it's still nothing in the eyes of this guy. So there's a lot more to learn. He was able to heal Yuji, regrow his missing limbs, or at least one of them. He's still missing his fingers, which is another question I had throughout the episode. Like, I know for a fact he's gonna get this back. I'm just curious to see how it's done. Like, are they gonna have to like find his arm and stitch it back? But no, he regrows it, and I'm sure he's gonna be able to get a handle on that as the series progresses. He's gonna be able to use a little bit more of the energy at his will, so he's gonna be able to regrow his limbs pretty much effortlessly. I'm assuming is what it's gonna come to. But what else happened? The cliffhanger at the end, which I, you know, I don't think anyone expects Yuji to lose control or to be gone, and this guy's about to like wreck everything because he now has total control. Come on, none of us thought that for a second, right? So next episode, I'm assuming It's gonna start off with him kind of threatening to kill everything, but he's probably gonna do the typical bad guy thing. It's like, you know what, this was kind of fun actually. Um, how about we make a deal and all this kind of stuff, or something like that. Or Yuji's gonna be just kind of faking out that he can't control him, and he's gonna get back control. He's definitely gonna get back control next episode, one way or another. Um, as far as what seems to be his main motivation or his main like the thematic through line for his character, which is to achieve a proper death, that's something that I mean, there's never really going to be a right or wrong answer for that, just because a proper death is it's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like I could accomplish something and feel super proud of it, but it's nothing in the eyes of someone else who accomplished something else, right? But to me, I'm fulfilled if I died, and I'm able to look back and say that I lived a proper life, proper death to me, right? But to someone else, it might not be. So I'm wondering what exactly Yuji considers a proper death, because all he keeps saying is, "This isn't a proper death. This isn't a proper death. I'm not gonna die." All this kind of stuff. So whatever he considers a proper death, I'm curious to see. Curious to see if he's gonna achieve it or not. But one way to find out is to keep watching, right? So that will do it for this reaction. Please go ahead and like and subscribe for more reactions. If this isn't your thing, I also stream regularly on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. So if you need some background noise while I do chores and stuff, I'm pretty good at talking to myself. But if this is all you see me, my name's Adam. Thanks for checking out Jupiter Machine. And as always, steal credit cards, hurt your loved ones, plant some flowers. Happy holidays, everybody. Until next time, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.